Oh, wow. Hi, YouTube. I'm back. I've got another YouTube idea. But for those of you in the comments, I kind of am running out. So yeah, tier list time. And before I get into it, if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, this hurts. All right. So this is just going to be the tier list of all the most relevant, I would say, Dream SMP members. And if there's a couple that you know that aren't on this tier list, I am omitting those who I don't know that much about. So I'm only doing stuff where I can actually make um, input that I know where I know what I'm talking about. So let's get right into it with Dream. And Dream at this point is basically just the main villain of the SMP, and I definitely think I, along with many others, am kind of glad that he's in jail or in the prison. Because yeah, I just think the villain role thing was kind of getting out of control, but outside the SMP, he's amazing. So gotta put him way up there. Then next, there's Sapnap, and Sapnap, I I would say similar things about him. Like outside of the Dream SMP, he's a really great YouTuber, despite the relatively slow upload schedule. But I still think he's great. And on the SMP, I consider him like the non-evil version of Dream. Like, you know, I especially felt like that when he like teamed up with Tommy on various occasions. And then moving on to George, um, I I definitely cannot say the same thing about George that I did with Sapnap. I would consider him a more noble, but at the same time greedy version of Dream, like with the King situation. Um, I really was not buying it. Like when Eric became the king again, and George was all, yeah. So I don't really think George deserves it. I think George's role is he's like fine on his own. Then Carl Jacobs. Yeah, Carl Jacobs is amazing. I just think he's great. He's just that nice, charming friend of everybody's, and he makes the server a lot better. And I love watching his streams. His streams are awesome. If you don't watch Carl, twitch.tv/Carl Jacobs. Then moving on to Bad Boy Halo. And obviously, uh, Bad Boy Halo on YouTube is a really interesting um, creator because he is very much against, just profanity in his videos, and that tra- he does the same thing on the SMP, and it makes for some really, really funny moments with Tommy in it. And so, yeah, Bad Boy Halo is an easy S tier for me. And he's also great in the manhunts. Like, he, like, takes the manhunts so seriously, and he's really good at them. And I also like what's going on with the egg, like the crimson blah blah and the blood vines. I think that's cool. Skeppy, I kind of think I would say Skeppy, like, he's fine. He's really not that different on the Dream SMP than in just regular YouTube. He does pretty much the same stuff. He did have some pretty interesting things like going on with Lemanberg, but then like the thing that happened with the egg was just super confusing, and I just thought that um, he needs something to kind of spice things up. But it was super cool when he like uh, was learning PvP from Dream. That was awesome. So yeah, I'll just put him a little lower. Then Ant Frost. Wow, Ant Frost is great. Amfrost, I think, all around is just a great character. He's cool in the SMP. He's a good streamer if you haven't seen his streams. And I heard that he's gonna be putting videos on his YouTube channel soon, which we haven't seen any yet, so that's exciting. But yeah, Amfrost is just kind of an easy, comfortable A tier. Then moving on to Captain Puffy, and I don't really know that much about Captain Puffy. All I know is like her connection with the egg and like Bad Boy Halo and the Eggpire. So in that sense, she's pretty cool. Uh, Other than that, I just see her as like a decent streamer and just another person on the SMP. So yeah, I'll just put her like right there. And then Awesome Dude. Oh my gosh, I think Awesome Dude is amazing. Um, I know he's a little bit like sort of one of the more obscure members of the SMP. So like to give you a quick summary of his role on the server, he's the one who built the prison or Pandora's Vault. He also built Tommy's Big In It Hotel recently, at the time of recording this video, and I think he is an amazing streamer. I think his role on the SMP is amazing. I love his like warden thing that he does every time somebody visits the prison. Easy S tier for me. Then moving on to Tommy in it. Tommy in it, the funny guy, considered by many to be the protagonist of the SMP, and I agree, honestly. Like, he interacts with everybody. He's always there making it a good time. Even if he kind of puts his safety on the server in jeopardy in the process. But yeah, I think Tommy overall is just hilarious. And I did find him super annoying when I first started watching him. So yeah, he is right when he says that most of his viewers initially find him annoying. Then moving on to Tubbo, and honestly, I just think Tubbo is kind of just a sidekick to Tommy. Recently, he's gotten some more things that kind of diversify his character arc. So yeah, originally he was basically just Tommy's best friend, but now he's like doing Snowchester and nukes and everything, so I think that bumps him up a little bit more. Then moving on to Quackity. I think Quackity's hilarious. I don't really care for his skin, as it's clearly not very high effort, but it's still, oh my god, it cracks me up every time. Like, everybody else has these like cool and like super detailed skins, and then there's just like Lego face over here. And yeah, I think he's really funny, but I also think he's just a more annoying version of Tommy. So I put him like kind of low on the tier list. And then moving on to Ranboo. I think Ranboo is amazing. Overall, I think he's a great character. His role in the SMP is super interesting. He is easily like S tier up there for me. Yeah, he's just a really, really intriguing guy overall. Then moving on to Technoblade. Funny anarchy pig, am I right? Yeah, I think Technoblade, I would consider him kind of like Sam, but instead of like these massive projects like the base and the prison, he just kind of grinds for himself. Like, he's a very every man for himself kind of guy, and that's why like all his weapons and stuff rivals like even the most powerful people on the server. So yeah, definitely S tier. Then moving on to Filza. I don't really have that much to say about Filza. I just think of him as like kind of like a sidekick to Techno, but not really. I like his hardcore series. So yeah, he's just like, yeah, he's good. Not meh, just good. Here, let's put him a little higher up. Then next, I have Jay Schlatt, and Jay Schlatt, outside of the Dream SMP, I think he's a really funny guy. He's a good creator overall, but on the SMP, I just don't really think he's all that special. He's like Dream, but just more of a dictator who likes to just destroy things just to make them his own way. And I just feel like he, in that sense, he doesn't have that much going for him in terms of like uniqueness. So I'll put him like right down there with Skippy. Then moving on to Eret. I think Eret's awesome. I was kind of disappointed when he was like removed from the throne. I really like his relationship with Dream and like all the L'Manberg people, and his betrayal early on was really good. Like that was super cool to watch. So he is easily like way up there. And then we're getting to our last three characters with Wilbur Soot, Fundy, and Nihachu. And I think Wilbur, he's great as like the writer of the Dream SMP. His YouTube videos are very watchable. Like he's good on his own. Like he doesn't depend on the SMP. And overall, I just think he's like, yeah, he's good. He's just like right in the middle there. And yeah, I don't know if I said it at the beginning of the video, but yeah, I knew from the start that this was going to be a very crowded few tiers. Now moving on to Fundy. I don't really have that much to say about Fundy. I like the difficulties he made, and like as a coder, he's really interesting. Especially like with WotC and everything. But and on the SMP, he's good too, but I just feel like he once again isn't super unique. Like yeah, I don't know what to say about him. He's good, but he's not great. And then our final pick for the tier list is Nihachu. And I don't really know tons about Nihachu. I just see her as like kind of similar to Bad Boy Halo. She's just kind of nice to everybody. So I would just put her like right there. You know, easy A tier, but nothing too special. So Nihachu's great, really wholesome, good character. So that's it. That's my Dream SMP character tier list. I hope you enjoyed. If so, please hit that like button and comment down below what kind of video you'd like to see next. I'm kind of trying to grow my channel. So once again, if you're not subscribed, it's obviously optional, so no pressure, but it is free and it would make my day. So yeah. Again, thanks for watching. I'm trying to keep this video short, so I'll see you hopefully in the next